Feel that sunlight. Sweet, sweet sunlight. .12:42 in the PM. Back at the Aria here. I think I'm gonna switch it up, maybe, and hop back down to the 2.5. See if the 2.5 games are any better than the 5.10 was last night. 5.10 wasn't that impressive, so gonna just stay mobile. Keep game selecting. That game selection is important. So I'm also on the list for the 5.10 over here. The lists are super long right now. Check out these wait lists. Not sure if you can really see that, but you're looking at a 55-person wait list for 2.5, no limit. I don't know, we'll see. Whatever moves fastest, I'll probably just hop in there, but definitely gonna keep an eye on the other stakes and the other games. Not planning on doing too much else, obviously yesterday and today. Just staying on the grind. One of the busiest weekends in Vegas, so just full-on grind mode seems appropriate. One thing that has come to my attention that I feel like I should possibly try and clear up, the pronunciation of my last name is gonna blow your mind a little bit here. The correct pronunciation is actually Neeme. That's right, Neeme. But I don't blame a lot of people out there for actually pronouncing it Neeme. That's kind of been going on for the better part of my life. I would actually pronounce it the same way if I saw my name written down and just try to pronounce it off of that. I probably would pronounce it Neeme as well, but probably blowing your mind here a little bit, but the correct pronunciation is actually Neeme. No worries if you've been pronouncing it the wrong way. Just thought I would be doing the Neeme family a little bit of a disservice if I did make an attempt at correcting that one. Change of plans here. Waitlists were just too damn long. The waitlists were not improving, so change of plans. We're heading over to the Mirage and we're just gonna try and start our own 2.5 game. We're gonna start at heads up, me and this guy here. This is Adam. Adam, this is YouTube. Hello. Adam is also in the text message group, but he's more known for his high stakes darts matches than he is for poker. I put a tweet out, so we'll see if that helps as far as getting anybody over there to help get a game going at the Mirage. Thanks a lot. Wasn't kidding about the darts. 5K matches over here. 5K a match. It just happens. It just kind of happens sometimes.
Get stuck? Play bigger.
Chase your losses in darts. Move up in stakes. Not exactly a frequent destination for me, the Mirage, but recently redone their poker room. So we're gonna start the game short-handed here. We'll see if anybody shows up from the tweet that I put out, but should be able to get the game up and running here at least. So gonna be in for 1,000 and see how it goes. So in this hand, there's a middle position open for $50. That's right, just your standard 10x open. I looked down at Ace King offsuit. She has announced her hand as a premium hand, but Ace King is Ace King, so don't really want to fold, certainly don't want to raise, so I call, and we go heads up to a flop. Flop is 9-6-5 with 2 spades. She proceeds to jam her entire stack in of a little bit over $600. So I think my decision is fairly clear cut here. I decided to make a fold. So she's gonna win this pot. And after that, she shows pocket kings. Nice hand.
I can't remember exactly when.
So in this hand, there's an early position raised to 20. I look down at 2 kings and I make it 60 to go. The small blind cold calls and the initial raiser calls as well. So we're going 3 ways. Flop is 9-8-5 with 2 spades. Not really an ideal flop. Very connected, very wet. The initial raiser checks and I decided to make a bet, but I'm treading somewhat lightly as well. I'm over $1,000 effective with the initial raiser and the button has $550 maybe. I make a bet of $125. The small blind calls and the initial raiser folds. So we go heads up to a turn. Turn is a pretty good card. Turn is an offsuit 4, so it doesn't change anything. I expect to still have the best hand here. And the small blind checks again. She's only got about $350 behind at this point, so pretty clear shove here, I think. You want to shut down any draws, and happy to take the pot down at this point since she only has 350 behind. So I go ahead and jam all in.
All in?
And she folds pocket jacks face up. So she played her hand very well, I think. Lost pretty close to the minimum. She got away from it for the last $350. So well played to her. Good read on her part. I've been straddling and even put the double straddle on there a couple times and putting a lot of straddles out there. Had a couple beers too. Wasn't good enough to get me enough action apparently. So in this hand, there's an early position open for 20. There's 1 call and we look down at pocket 8s. I go ahead and make the call as well. And there's 1 call behind me. So we go 4 ways to a flop. Flop is rather favorable, I would say. Flop is 8-3-3, so we flop pretty close to the nuts. We flop the nut boat. The initial raiser gives us some good news, puts out a C bet. He bets $45. There's 1 fold and I make a flat call. I think call is pretty standard here. Player behind me folds. So we go heads up to a turn. Turn is interesting. Turn is certainly rather favorable, but possibly could kill some action here. Turn is another 8. We make quads on the turn. Good news is the initial raiser doesn't stop betting. He bets $50 this time. Rather small bet, unfortunately, but at least it's a bet. So once again, I don't see much reason to raise here, so I make another flat call. We're off to a river. River card is interesting. River card is a 3, so there's now a full house on the board, and it would be fantastic if somehow this player had a 3. Unfortunately, the initial raiser checks. However, he makes a statement and he says, before I start assembling my bet, he says, there's no bet that you can make to make me fold. Not sure I dislike any portion of this hand as it's developed, particularly that statement. So I'm gonna go for a big bet here. This is another recreational player. There's a full house on the board, so a rec player can certainly go for the hero call and try and get the chop. So with that statement made, I put out a bet of $250. My opponent goes into the tank, thinks it over, but unfortunately lets it go. No 3 under there. 3 would have been sweet, but maybe I got a little bit too greedy. Took his statement a little bit to heart, too much. Went for some bigger value and it didn't work out. Good news is we get an extra $100 for the quads using 2 hole cards, so we get a little bit of a bonus there. $100 coming our way. All right, so here's the deal. since we made quad 8s in that hand, we get to go take a spin on the video poker machine up there, and if we make quad 8s on the video poker game, we get 1 spin. But if we make quad 8s, we win like, I don't know, $12,000 or something. So we're gonna go give it a shot.
Yes, you can do it. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, this is the video poker game in question. All right, so we need 8s.
Yes.
Let's just put like at least 2 up there right away.
Yep.
That's
Well,
0.
That's 0.
So
We can do it. We can do it.
just get rid of all this and go for 8 still?
Yes.
All right. That's that. I don't even know if that's gonna make the cut in the vlog. That was really uneventful. Yeah.
One, two, three, 4. Great night.
Just wrapping up the session. My feelings are somewhat mixed about today's session. We booked a win, which is good. Not a very big one by any stretch. We won about $300 today. The vlog run good has hit a little bit of a bump here, I think. Running into some tough spots, and poker hasn't been quite as easy the past few sessions as it was earlier. In earlier videos, you might say. But that's pretty expected. Like I've tried to express, we were running pretty good for a good while there. It's catching up to us a little bit, so that's pretty expected. What was cool though was being able to get a 2-5 game up and running at a property that normally doesn't get 2-5. It'll get 2-5 sometimes, you know, during the series. Most other weekends, usually not. There were a few people on the 2-5 list when my buddy Adam and I arrived over here. But as soon as we arrived, we were able to get the game up and running, and a few other people had seen the tweet that I put out earlier and came over and we got the game going. So that was really cool. And I really want to try and do that more often, I think. I'm always a fan of variety and going to as many places as possible, but you know, we're a little bit limited as far as what we can and can't do in certain casinos, and what we can and can't play based on the offerings in different casinos. They only get 2-5 and 5-10 in a handful of casinos in Vegas. So if we can try and get some of those games going in locations that normally don't get that, I think that'd be great. I think that'd be really fun. And I'm definitely gonna try and do that more often. Hey man.
How are you, sir?
Good.
Thank you, thank you.
Yep.
All set.
Thanks
Do
a
you
lot.
need any directions tonight?
No, I'm good.
All right. No problem. I left the key in the center right here.
So yeah, mixed feelings about the session, but booked a win, not a big win. We'll take it, and yeah, it was cool trying something new, a new idea. Also, I saw that the Trooper got his PLO game, not only his PLO game going over at Bally's, they got 3 PLO games going at Bally's, so that's really cool to see too. Him doing his thing over there. We got this game going at the Mirage, so cool to see some vloggers doing some things in the brick and mortar casinos and getting some games going. So hopefully we'll be able to do more of that. But that's it for today. Back at it tomorrow. Probably gonna go watch the game at a friend's place and then get back after it.